Hi guys, how are you? Today I'm super excited. We have a new lesson and I actually think you guys are gonna be rock stars at it because it's putting everything that we've been working on this whole unit and putting it all together with the different things we've been learning about. So our learning target today says that you guys are gonna be able to model and write your numbers 10 to 20 as a number bond. So here are the 3 tasks that I'm gonna be looking for when you guys are doing your work. The first one is number 1, you can use a number bond to show your numbers from 10 to 20. Number 2, you're going to be able to use your hide zero cards to break your numbers apart. And the last and final thing is that you're going to be able to model a number between 10 and 20 with material or with manipulatives. So again, if you remember, before we got started, I was hoping that you would have 3 materials. The first material was that you were going to have your number bond. Your second material was that you have your hide zero cards. And then your third material is that you have 2 objects. Each of them are 10, but they are different. So like for me, I have 10 pennies, and then I also have 10 rocks that I'm going to be using today, okay? So for me, the very first thing we're going to start off with is that I am going to show you a number bond. And in my number bond, I have my manipulatives. I have my pennies and my rocks that I would like for you to copy onto your number bond. So if you'll come with me to the floor, in my number bond, I'm going to show you right now that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies. So if you'll put in 5 of one of your objects, and then I used all of my clear rocks, which I know is 10. So I know that I have 10 and 5. So if you will go ahead and take this time and go ahead and make your number bond look like mine with the materials, then we will continue, okay? All right, and while you're doing that, I'm just gonna get the next things available that I need. So the next thing I need to do is, again, we're going back to our second step in our first skill. Our whole skill, this unit is gonna be, lesson is gonna be about your number bond and your hide zero cards. So what I'm gonna do is, I have my materials in my number bond. I am now gonna break those apart, and I'm gonna tell you that I have 10 and I have 5. And I know that when I have 10 and when I have 5, I get a total of 15. So with that, now, because I have my the bottom of my parts broken apart, I'm gonna move these objects to the side, and I am going to write my total as 15. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my 2 hide zero cards away, and I am gonna finish filling in my parts. I know that I had 10 rocks and 5 pennies. When I have 10 rocks and 5 pennies, it comes together to make 15. All right, when you're done, I'm gonna go ahead and erase mine, and I'm gonna get a new number set up for you. I'm gonna keep my 10 rocks. I really like that, and you know what? I can just go ahead and put my 10 card there. However, my pennies are going to change this time. And I think this time, I am going to do that. So if you will copy mine, I have my 10 rocks again, and then I want you to look and see how many pennies I have for this one this time. And if you know, I want you to go ahead and pull out your hide zero card, and I want you to go ahead and put it over there. And I'm hoping you got 3. I know when I have 10 and then when I have 3, my total, I'm moving my things to the side, becomes 13. Same thing, I'm gonna move those 2 down below. I have 13 and I have 10. Awesome job, you guys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and erase, and I'm gonna get my next one set up. This time, I think I'm going to switch where my cards and my objects are. I'm gonna put my 10 on this side, and I'm gonna choose a different amount for my other side. And if you notice, guys, I'm trying really hard to do my second number the 5 group way. So if you can see that, you'll see I have 5, and then one more is gonna be 6. I'm gonna put my hide zero cards in their spot. make sure you're grabbing the number 6. Remember, 6 is a small number, so he sits on his bottom. 9 is a big number, and he stands nice and tall, right? All right, I have the number 10 and the number 6. I know when I put those two numbers together, my total becomes 16. I'm going to take my 2 parts away down below, and I'm going to write again, my parts are 10 and 6. Awesome, you guys. You are rocking it. All right, let's do one final one, and then I'll go ahead and go over what you are going to be doing today. And you know what? I'm going to switch it up this time. I am going to have you guys look at it a different way. I am going to say, I'm going to give you my parts. I am going to give you 10 down here and that. All right, so if you're looking at this, you know you have 10 and we have 2. So I want you to think, what is 10 and 2? For me, I know that total is going to be 12. Same thing, I can put my numbers just underneath my 2 objects. And again, when I'm ready, I can put those to the side and I can fill in my number bond. All right, you guys. So if you remember our targets, again, we're going back to our skills. You did show me that you could use your number bond. That was our big purpose today. I wanted to have you see the connection of how we break numbers apart. The second thing you did use was you also used your hide 0 cards in your number bond when we were breaking numbers apart. If you remember, the big important thing with the hide 0 cards is that, again, you are always using the number 10, okay? We're always breaking our number into the number 10. The last and final thing is that, again, you were able to model a number between 10 and 20. Your modeling was with your 2 different counting objects. So keep that in mind, that those were what we were looking for today, for today's lesson. For your math today, you guys actually have 2 sheets that you're going to complete today. Your first one is going to be page 112, lesson 7, problem set. You're doing the same thing. You're looking at this number. This number right here is 10 with nothing. So we know that to make 10, it's going to be 10 with 0. 0 is going to stay there. These ones are different though. This says 10 and then we have the 1. We know if we do our pushing 10, 10 and 1, that's going to give us 11. So you guys are going to be filling in your number bonds for these things. 10 and 2, we actually just did that in the video. So if you're stuck, I want you to go back and I want you to look at that, okay? When you get to the bottom, I love it because they're now having you use the dot cards. So again, we know if a full entire 10 frame is filled, it's exactly 10, and then you count the leftover. So they told you your total. You are telling me the 2 parts, okay? Same thing over here. They have not told you the total, so you're doing all of those 3 parts. You're doing the total and the 2 parts to come up with it, okay? You will finish completing this page. Then you'll flip it over. And on page 113, it's still lesson 7 problem set. You're just going to finish filling in these 2. Now, this one, our second one that we have on this page, make sure you're looking at it very carefully, okay? We've done a lot with our numbers from 11 to 19. I really haven't touched too much on the number 20. So I want you to think about what are the 2 parts that you are doing, okay? The last one, go ahead and read what you're expected to do and fill that in. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow for lesson 8. This week, we are starting to do 3 math lessons a week, so make sure you're sticking up and staying with our videos. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. I miss you. Bye.